What's up guys, it is I, once again, Mr.Gamer 990, and welcome to the third episode of Far Cry 5 The Four Seeds, a series where yours truly discusses the Seed siblings. We began with John Seed in episode 1, followed by Jacob Seed in episode 2, and for the third episode of this series, we'll be talking about Faith Seed, the Siren, her real name being Rachel Jessup. Rachel Jessup, also now known as Faith Seed, is most likely the fourth or likely fifth Faith who was chosen by Joseph Seed himself, the father. And her story, guys, is one of both tragedy and one of many contradictions, because Faith Seed, once known as Rachel Jessup, has played many roles and took on many identities people have given her, stripping her of her right to choose who she wants to be and what she wants to do with her life. Faith Seed was a tragic child growing up because Faith Seed was ostracized by her own community and was raped and abused by her own parents, who had badly mistreated her. And Faith Seed, like yours truly has mentioned, had suffered a very tragic childhood, which got worse and worse as she grew older, and by the time she was 17, and this is one of many interpretations or views of Faith Seed, because her story is very diverse and her story is full of contradictions and full of different tales. As Faith Seed has said, those who oppose them, Eden's Gate, the cult which she's a part of, in which she is the highest female member of the cult, Eden's Gate, and being one of the 3 lieutenants of Joseph Seed himself, the father, within Hope County, Montana. Faith Seed is the herald of this region, which I believe is Henbane River, though I could be wrong, but she is most likely the herald of this region, Henbane River. And being that she is a high-ranking member of the cult Eden's Gate, the highest-ranking female member and the 5th Faith chosen by Joseph Seed, Faith Seed, back when she was Rachel Jessup, was someone who was so damaged, so lonely, and so depressed, and because of this, she resorted to using drugs, among many substances she used on her body to relieve her of her pain, her depression, and her loneliness, because the one thing that Faith Seed, Rachel Jessup, wanted most was to be wanted, to be desired, and to be cared for, because Rachel Jessup, now known as Faith Seed, all she ever wanted was to be loved, to be cared for, and to be held by someone, anyone, whoever it may be. That's all she ever wanted, was to be held, to be loved, and to be cared for. And she believed that Joseph Seed had loved her, cared for her, and gave her a purpose to live for, even though one other story contradicts this story being how Joseph Seed abducted Rachel Jessup and forced her to become his faith, his 5th Faith, through drugs, through torture, through abuse, and threatened her life if she does not join him, his cult, his brothers, and to become the 5th candidate to take on the title of Faith Seed. Before her, there was Lana and Selena, 2 women who were the previous Faith, but unlike the previous Faiths, Faith Seed, Rachel Jessup, was very special to Joseph Seed, because Joseph Seed does show love and does show remorse over her death, because after Faith Seed had died at the hands of the deputy, our character, Joseph Seed, is shown to be sad, to be heartbroken, and filled with so much rage and so much anger directed towards the deputy who took away his beloved Faith, his beloved sister, who was the world to her, just like John and Jacob Seed were, his brothers. Whichever story, whichever tale you choose to believe, whether she was a victim or whether she had joined Eden's Gate willingly under the control, the guide, and leadership of Joseph Seed, the father, is up to you guys and gals to decide which tale you personally believe in. Rachel Jessup, aka Faith Seed, represents many women of Christianity. To be more precise, Faith Seed represents many women under the evangelical Christianity belief, this branch of Christianity, which some who are part of this belief, this branch, have said that women weren't treated as equal to the men, and how women are told what to do and to fulfill their roles, otherwise they are seen as abominations and disgraces to their faith, which is a very hard life to live by, especially as a Christian woman who does love God and does want to show her devotion and love towards God and to pray for Him, love Him, and to follow her brothers among the Christian church. But this church church, guys and gals, of the evangelical Christian belief is a very hard life to live through within the church, and because of this, many women have either chosen to leave God, to forsake Him, just as the church have forsaken them, or to endure whatever hardships they face so that they may please God, please the church, and to follow the instructions given to them by their brothers and those who are part of the church, the evangelical Christian church. These women, these sisters of faith, are told what to do and aren't given a say in what goes on within the church, nor do they choose to question whoever is in charge of said church. All they have to do is fulfill their roles as women of faith, sisters of faith, and to play whatever roles are given to them, very much like Faith's seed, Rachel Jessup, has played many roles throughout her life, whether it be someone who is promiscuous, someone who is innocent, someone who is very childlike, or someone who is very sincere and does want to be loved. All of these roles Faith's seed, Rachel Jessup, has played against her will, because once again, guys and gals, Rachel Jessup had no say in the way her life is to go about. She had no choices or dreams to follow based on what she feels within, because her life has been governed by people around her, men of faith, her brothers, who tell her what to do, to play these roles and to say yes to everything, very much like how John's seed has continuously spread his sermon, which is to say yes to everything. Both John's seed and Faith's seed fear Joseph's seed, their father, their brother, and Joseph's seed, guys and gals, is someone who's known to command respect, but also someone who commands fear among his followers. Those two followers include John's seed and Faith's seed, more so Faith's seed. If you talk to both John's seed and to Faith's seed, you, the players, as deputy, can see how scared they are, and while they are devoted to John's seed, their father, they do fear him, which calls to question whether or not they do believe in his cult, his cause, and whether or not their faiths are sincere. Yours truly personally believes that both Faith's seed and John's seed, their faiths are very sincere and very true to Joseph's seed as their father. Joseph's seed loves Faith's seed more than you guys and gals think, because Joseph's seed tells our character, deputy, how much his wife meant to him, his wife who had so much faith and was a woman of faith, and she was known as someone who was strong and very brave, and someone who kept Joseph's seed under control, kept him balanced, kept him strong, and was someone who made sure that his faith, Joseph's seed's faith, never wavered. So Joseph's seed, after he lost his beloved wife, he sees a surrogate wife in Faith's seed, Rachel Jessup, because she is the closest one out of all the faiths, the women who took on the role of faith. She was the one who had his wife's spirit, the one who had her strength, her bravery, and above all else, her faith. During the final battle with Faith's seed, Rachel Jessup, it was a very hard fight to get through, guys and gals, because this fight, it was not hard in terms of difficulty, but it was so hard to kill her, because Faith's seed was someone who led a tragic life and was someone who was never given a choice to be who she wants to be or to decide what she wants to do with her life. She was someone who had to play many roles by society given to her, and took on many identities regardless of what those identities may be, and took on many personas, which has damaged her life, her view, and her personal identity of who she is as a woman, as a Christian follower, and as someone who does love people. She loves her father and brother, Joseph's seed. She loves her other brothers, John and Jacob's seed. Joseph's seed in turn does love her too, but his love, guys and gals, is very unsure, and we don't know whether or not his love is in fact sincere. But Faith's seed, all she ever wanted was to be loved, to be wanted, to be held, and to be cared for. It was so hard to kill her, guys and gals, because after the fight was over and she gave her last monologue, yours truly did not care what happens in the game as we head towards the final battle against Joseph's seed, the father of Eden's Gate, and the three seeds, his siblings, which includes Faith's seed, once known as Rachel Jessup. I did not care whatsoever. I was so heartbroken and so depressed as she once was, and yours truly was asking himself whether or not it was all worth it, killing them, the siblings, killing many of Joseph's seed's followers. And by the end, guys and gals, I was like, was it all worth it? And to be honest, guys and gals, it was not worth it. No. So much bloodshed, so much bodies piled up, and so much death, meaningless death, which all started because of the deputy, our character, as he chose to oppose Joseph Seed, his siblings, and the whole of Hope County. Faith Seed, Rachel Jessup's death, was the tragic and most heartbreaking of all the siblings, because her death, guys and gals, broke my heart into a million pieces. I did not care what happens after her death, because I was so depressed, so broken, very much like how she was broken into being nothing but a woman who played many roles throughout her life. And Faith Seed, Rachel Jessup, guys and gals, is without question my favorite of the four siblings, and without question the best character in my personal opinion when it comes to Far Cry 5, and one of the most tragic characters in video game history from my personal perspective, as someone who loves storytelling, someone who loves video games, and someone who does love characters, loves people who are so real, so tragic, yet so sincere, very much like how Faith Seed, Rachel Jessup was. And her death, guys and gals, yours truly will never forget it, because her life, once again, was governed by many people, and she had no say in the way her life was directed, and she had no childhood because of the abuse and rape she suffered by her parents. Her life, guys and gals, is one of tragedy and one of hopelessness. But Faith Seed did believe at one point she could find hope within Eden's Gate under the rule of Joseph Seed, her father. Faith Seed's life, guys and gals, was wasted by society, by her cult, and by Joseph Seed, the man she loved, the man she believed in, and the man she was the one who was most devoted to him and his belief, his cult. And by the end, guys and gals, yours truly will never forget her story, her tale, and the impact she left on yours truly. That was the third episode of Far Cry 5, The Four Seeds. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my other channel where I talk about movies, television, anime, etc. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios, amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.